We're less than 3 months away from Bitcoin's 2024 halving event. In other terms, we're due for some really critical behavior from both the market and the broader economy in the next couple of months. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the January monthly candle close as well as historical price action of Bitcoin leading up to the halving. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jess, and as the channel name suggests, it's all about crypto, trading, and technical analysis. So if you're all about that or you'd love to learn, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Alright guys, so starting with that monthly candle close. So today's the 2nd of February as I'm filming this. We had a monthly candle close just a couple of days ago at the end of January, obviously, and we closed at $42,500. So what's really important to see is we closed above our macro level support, and that's between $38,000 and $40,000, which is great to see. We're sitting right below that level of macro resistance as well at $48,000, which for those of you who don't know is a major bull run trigger point. Pretty much after that, there's almost no levels of resistance before we enter that 60 to 69,000 all-time high range. So super important level for us to break. Because of that, $40,000 level to $38,000 is really important for us to hold, because if we lose that level, then we would have gone lower to 36,000 and potentially even 32, but that is a discussion for another time. So yeah, that is good to see. And January was a really crazy month. We both tested that $48,000 level, rejected from there, and tested $38,000. So as you can see from the wicks, we had huge wicks to the upside and the downside and a really small body close. So very high level of indecision in the market right now, a lot of volatility in the market right now. People just aren't really sure what's going on. There's a lot of holders. We've got a lot of people who are waiting for that halving event coming up. Got a lot of people waiting for the next bull run, and they're just holding the Bitcoin. So we're unable to really push the price down below this $38,000 level. But then on the flip side, we don't really have the economic backdrop, or I guess the general backdrop for a bull run right now. We're not really there yet to be pushing the price above that $48,000 and breaking through all these levels here. So ultimately, when we did test that level, we fell back down. So let's have a look at the historical bull run cycles and what we usually see in the couple of months leading up to that halving cycle and that bull run. Okay, so this is a Bitcoin Liquid Index chart, and as you can see, I've mapped out the previous historical 4-year cycles. So we've got green marking those halving events. So this current one's due for April 2024, and then the blue ones mark the accumulation phases or the start of those accumulation phases, and similarly the red ones mark the start of the bear market, so the peak of the recent all-time highs. So same things, and it goes all the way back to 2014. This black line here is what has historically been bull run trigger points for each bull run, I guess, for every single cycle. So they're created, I've talked about, by this level called a dead cat bounce level, and they're basically small bounces that we see within the bear market in a cycle. So we've got this little one here, and that created a level at $670. So before we had our halving event in 2016, we had our very first test of $670, and we rejected from that level to form 2 months of downtrend. And it wasn't until we actually had a sustained break of it that we tested our previous all-time high and created a new one. Same thing happened in 2019 to 2020. Obviously, it was a very messy period because of COVID and all the stuff that happened here. We had those early interest rate cuts, and then we had the recession, all that kind of stuff really affected the chop of the price, but the pattern is still exactly the same here. We had a rejection from that level, and it wasn't until we break above that level here that we go to test the all-time high and then create a new one. So in 2024, the level that we need to test and then we need to break above to create a bull run is $40,000. So that was created all the way back here in 2022 by this little dead cat bounce here. And as you can see, we actually tested and rejected that $48,000 level in one candle. So the big question here is, are we going to continue that downwards trend that we've seen historically? Are we going to have a couple months of red, or is everything happening a little bit quicker than usual, and might we actually have a bull run a little bit earlier than expected? So realistically, we shouldn't really expect a bull run latest until around July 2024. But the fact that we tested and broke below this level and haven't really had any months of red suggests to me that since we haven't got any bearish triggers towards the downside, might we actually gain the strength to test $48,000 and break above it sooner than expected. Looking at a daily chart for Bitcoin, to be honest, it's not looking really healthy. First of all, we broke this major macro uptrend that we were in since October, and that was in that initial crash from $49,000. And currently, we're in a bit of a downtrend. So we formed this lower high on this daily chart, and we're unable to break this small level of resistance around $43,800. So that sits right below this trigger point at 44,200 to 44,800. So as you can see, historically we tested that a couple times. It is a huge level of resistance, but the moment we break above it, we generally test those higher levels around $46,000 to $48,000, which, as we saw, was really important to see. But as of right now, it's not looking like we're doing that. On top of that, our RSI is also in a downtrend. We've been in this downtrend really since October. I've just charted it from December because it kind of fits a little bit better, but technically that downtrend has existed since October and we're still in it. We have been unable to flip momentum to the upside ever since. If we have a look on the monthly chart, you can also see that we have had bullish exhaustion printed on the market cipher B as well, showing that over the next couple of months, next couple of weeks to months, we might see a bit of downwards movement, maybe within that $38,000 to $40,000, but certainly not upwards. We aren't seeing any signs of that just yet. So right now, it doesn't really look like we're going to be breaking $48,000 anytime soon. However, I would like to add that this level here between $40,000 to $38,000 is still a level of support. We're still above it. We haven't broken below it. And the fact that we tested it in January, we tested $48,000, broke all the way down to test that $38,000 and found support there, is actually a really good sign because it shows us that this entire move here wasn't a deviation above $40,000. We truly have established a level of high time frame support above $40,000 or $38,000. So until we break that, there's really no need to speculate that we're going to go down to lower levels such as 36 or 32, or someone even said $20,000. There's really no need to say that until we break that level there. So what we can expect over the next couple of months is potentially some chop between these two levels here at $48,000 and $38,000. If we do have an early break of this 48K level, what we might see is a move to fill a liquidity gap at $52,000 to $51,000, and then probably a rejection back downwards if it happens before the halving event or before the bull run. There you have it, guys. That is my take on the macro price action of Bitcoin, as well as what to expect in the next coming months. If you enjoyed the video or you learned something, feel free to like and subscribe down below. If you like my content and you want to see more, I do have a free Telegram where you guys can sign up for daily Bitcoin content as well as crypto and economic news. If you're a trader and you want 15% off your trading fees, I do have links down below to BitGet and BingX. They are two of the world's top 10 exchanges. BitGet is available to everyone outside of the US and Singapore, and BingX is available non-KYC worldwide. Okay, that is everything from me. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!